Good morning, folks, and happy Wednesday. Or Thanksgiving Eve, if you're one of those weirdos who count all of the Eve. But good news, folks. Our left testicle, it's still intact. It is still intact. So maybe there is some truth to getting hit in the nuts a whole bunch. Because I've been kicked in the nuts too many times to count. But that's enough nut talk. Let's go grub down on our marinated egg bread and see where the rest of the day takes us. Marinated egg bread and a cup of Joe to go with it. What a better way to start a morning. Our marinated egg bread hit the spot as it always does, and so is this freaking cup of Joe. JB's finally up. She came upstairs to say hey. Now she's got to boogie on out the door to go do her Thanksgiving prepping. So I guess I'm going to get on BO6 until we got to be at our client's place. Oh, and of course, before we've got to go get in better shape today than we were yesterday. Well, folks, after my chit-chatting with JB and doing all the things that we got to do so that we can just hop up and go out the door, we got about 45 minutes left, so let's get on here and get on some BO6, folks. Well, folks, we just finished up an amazing stream, and to all the ones who are there, thank you. And to the ones who are asking where I've been the past few days, well, recovery has been utmost important. And, well, we've just been going. Trying to get our clients into the shape of their life, get them better today than they were yesterday. And then, not to mention, we got a fight coming up. So, it's been workout, worry about diet, workout, sleep, workout, sleep. Workout. You know what I mean. So, with that being said, I apologize. I promise you, I'm going to get back on the grind. I've definitely been, lacking. But there's only so many hours in the day. So, you don't want to go with no sleep, you know. You do have to have some kind of sleep. But let's go get our client better today than they were yesterday and go knock out this freaking run. Run went great, but now our client is here, so let's boogie back up to the parking lot and meet him, get our things, and get him better today than he was yesterday, folks. Well, now we are on the hunt for our client, because we called them and they were like, well, I don't really want to do pads in front of the playground today, because it's a different time and it's kind of crowded and I don't want to get a bunch of attention. So we are going to find him in this supposed clearing near the pond. I don't know what he's talking about, but we'll find it. I know we will. We're a smart cookie. Clearing on the left side. I see him. Alrighty, let's go get him better today than he was yesterday. I think he may be onto something, folks. This looks a heck of a lot more peaceful than the playground. Okay, he was definitely onto something. That was a lot more peaceful than the playground. Not to mention, it kind of got a little toasty out here, so the nice cool breeze from the pond did the workout a little bit of justice. Like, how can you not want to work out when you're in nature, folks? But let's get our butts home and find us some grub, spend a little time with JB, and then head to practice. Go get better today than we were freaking yesterday, folks. So on the way home, me and JB were chit-chatting on the telephone, and she asked had I heard about the Conor McGregor situation, how he was indeed found guilty for all the charges that were brought against him. He lost the proper 12, lost something else, and D is thinking about leaving him. And I was like, yeah, I heard about that. And it makes me think, what goes wrong in their life? Where does it go wrong? Is it success? Does success make you evil, or are we already evil? Or is it the greed? I have no idea. Is it just thinking that you're better than everyone else so you can do whatever you want? I have no idea, because at one time, Conor McGregor was just like me, an amateur, a local fighter just trying to make it out of the local scene, obsessed with his craft, training day in and day out. And now look at him. You know, of course, I know that I can't do the fighting thing forever, but I want to make it last as long as I can, and I want to go out the way that I want to go out. I mean, everyone wants to go out the way they want to go out, but in a better light than that, not ruining my reputation and people remember me as the guy who committed some heinous crime. So, and puts doubts in your head, it puts doubts in your mind. Is this the life you really want? Because with superstardom, does it bring like being world champion, being the baddest man on the earth, does it bring all the negativity too? Because I mean, look at John Jones. I mean, all the greats. Mike Tyson. Those are just the three that come on top of my head. But, I mean, all of them. BJ Penn. I mean, really, all of them. I just hope that through the struggles I went through at a younger age, I know better than to make those same mistakes when we get to the pinnacle. But we got, like, less than an hour till we have to get on out of here and head to practice, go get better today than we were yesterday. So let's run inside and find us some lunch and then head to freaking practice, folks. Someone wants to say what's up, I guess. I don't know how she expects me to get out of my car standing on my mirror and also standing on my hood. But I guess I will, hey, get off my car. Thank you. Nimble as a kitty, she is. Lunch is prepping. Low-calorie freaking pizza, folks. 4 pizzas for the price of 1. All of this right here is equivalent to 1 slice of pizza. And you were telling me you can't lose weight? You can't lose weight because you don't know how to count calories and you don't know how to turn your favorite meals into a low-calorie option. But let's crib down because this is looking absolutely spectacular. Pizzas were great as usual, but JB bought one of these little protein Pop-Tarts, and it was like cosmic brownie flavored, and that was shit freaking smacked. If you ever see them, get them. Like, get them. And the macros are pretty good too. 180 calories for 20 grams of protein. That can't really beat it. And it's pretty thick too. Like, it's a good sized Pop-Tart. So, if you want a sweet treat, pick you up one of those. Those things freaking smack, folks. But we have got to get to practice. Looks like there's going to be traffic as usual. And our little sister's home and JB's home, and I didn't want to leave them, so I just asked them if they wanted to come with me, and they're like, yeah, sure, why not? So we're going to have a whole entire family get-together on the way to practice. So let's boogie on out of here. Alrighty, folks, we are out of the door for a little bit of family time, and then practice time. Let's go get better today than we were yesterday, and enjoy a little bit of time with my favorite ladies. And we made it. So much for family time. Elle pretty much fell asleep in the back. But we're breaking statistics as we always do. It said we wouldn't be here for an hour and 10 minutes. We made it here like, what, an hour max? So, breaking statistics as usual. I mean, we weren't even supposed to graduate high school, folks, and we did that before our whole entire graduating class. As always, breaking statistics. Hadn't wrestled in years, and said a little prayer, and we get a call from a wrestling coach in the States in which we had dreamt of going. Like, literally dreamt of going. So, breaking statistics. And we're going to continue breaking statistics. December freaking 13th, folks. Let's get in here and get better today than we were yesterday. It's not a shoebox, man. It's not finished. It's everything.
Good. Opportunity to like roll out and go for that bar, or you see that great time when your girl on the high, you're being up on those people bar like this, you want to feel great.
Practice was great, folks, and we've got our honorary taxi driver, our honorary Uber with us, so we get to kick back and just enjoy the ride. We never get to enjoy the ride. We're always like, screw you, Atlanta drivers, go faster. And why are you cutting me off? And this and that and that and this. We get to just relax. So let's kick this seat back and relax. And we made it home, folks. And only one of us fell asleep. That was the one in the back. Old little Ella was like, no, I didn't fall asleep. I just had my eyes closed. I was just resting my eyes. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's the same thing my grandfather says. So I think she's taking up from him. Resting your eyes. You were asleep. But let's get inside and clean up. Then get dinner started. Eat. And then we got to head to the store because JB's got to get stuff for more casserole stuff for tomorrow. In which I can't eat any of the casserole stuff. So that's a big bummer. But those are the sacrifices you've got to make to be the baddest man on the face of the earth, folks. Showered up and cleaned up. And folks, you have no idea how good it feels to shower in your own shower. Sheesh. Grinding. I like rarely get to shower at home. I usually just shower at the gym, then come home and crash. But today we got to shower in our own shower. And that felt freaking great. But I think JB's up here cooking up some din-din. So let's get up here and see if we can help her out a bit. Look at my boo thing. She's already got the meat browning. The onions caramelized. I don't think there's anything I gotta do. Okay, yes there is. As soon as I got up here, she looked at me and goes, so you want to help me? Not really, but I guess I will. Look, folks, I'm doing it. See? My tattoo. My arm. Stirring the meat. I have been helpful. I did my part. Again, just kidding. I'm not just gonna stir the meat. Or am I? And dinner is served, folks. In-N-Out style taquitos, but low calorie. Doesn't get much better than that. Let's grub down. Well, folks, our taquitos hit the spot, but I was unfortunately mistaken. We are definitely not gonna have an early night. It's 10 o'clock. We gotta go to the store. And we made it, folks. It looks like the whole freaking county is here doing their last minute shopping. So let's hope that people are nice, kind, and generous. Or maybe we can catch someone acting like a Thanksgiving fool on camera. Oh, I hate the store. Oh, I hate the store. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di. I hate the store. Folks, these are the Pop-Tarts I was talking about earlier. These guys right here, they hit. But don't forget to warm it up for 10 seconds. Because if you don't, well, you're going to have, you're going to be quite disappointed, my friends. We had to grab a few of them because they were almost sold out. And this sounds like a fire sweet treat. You warm it up, slap you some Halo Top on top, or slap you some Cool Whip on top, and you have got you a sweet treat that honestly beats most cakes. Oh, and you can't forget, it is low calorie too, so there is no regrets. I can't lie, the Pokemon vending machine is quite enticing. Judge me later, folks. I used to be the biggest Pokemon nerd, and if I could still get away with collecting Pokemon cards and playing Pokemon Go, I would, but JB definitely judges me. But folks, our shopping experience on an eve of a holiday was phenomenal. Everyone in there was in the Thanksgiving spirit. Dang it. Everyone in there was in the Thanksgiving spirit. Like, everyone. There wasn't a person who we ran into who was rude. Everyone was like, hey, how are you? We stood in line. We thought this lady was going to try to cut in front of us. Instead, she's like, hey, can I slide behind y'all? And then we sat there and had a whole conversation about how fast the line was moving. And it was self-checkout. It was self-checkout. The only one that was open was self-checkout. And it was moving smooth. Like, what the heck? Are we in an alternate reality right now? Why were people nice? And why was the self-checkout actually moving? I don't know. Maybe it's just the magic of the holidays. But, folks, let's get home and get our butts in bed. And maybe eat another one of those protein Pop-Tarts. Because that sounds Fire! Alrighty, folks, we have finally made it home. And for the night, like, we're not gonna be getting out again. We're home, and we're probably gonna go inside. We're gonna warm up one of these protein Pop-Tarts, slap some Halo Top on it, because our weight is looking mighty nice. And we're gonna slap on a movie and just have a BillyGoat and JB kind of freaking night, folks. But before we just head inside and call it a night, folks, just remember that everything happens for a reason. We traditionally don't know what that reason is. Definitely not in the moment. But you will never know what the reason is if you just give up and fold. Like, I'm done. No. A lot of times, if you just take that step forward, you learn a little bit. Then you take another step forward, and then you see a little bit. And then you take another step forward, and the reason starts to become more clear. Then you take another step, and then you're like, well, why did all that happen again? Oh yeah, I don't remember. And then you take another step, and then it starts becoming, well, more clear. And then, of course, if you take another step, sometimes it becomes unclear again. You never know. That's the crazy thing about life. But I will leave y'all with this little story. Before I got that miraculous scholarship that sent me across the country, me and JB were not doing very well. We were at the point to where we were most likely not going to ever get back together. We had broken up, gotten back together, broken up and gotten back together, broken up and gotten back together. But a week before that phone call, we had gotten back together. And honestly, I don't know why she got back with me. That was the worst version of BillyGoat that there was. But we did. And then I got that phone call. And then throughout the process of from when I got the phone call to when I left, we started growing with each other. We still weren't a healthy couple. We definitely weren't a healthy couple. But we didn't want to leave each other. We were like, but we can't leave each other. Wah, blah, blah, blah. Then I went off to Colorado, and I found out who I was. She found out who she was. I learned that I wanted to be a fighter. Not saying that I didn't know that before, because that's always been my plan, always been my goal since I was knee-high to a freaking grasshopper. But I was not living the life that I needed to live, in which would get me to those goals. But while I was there, I learned what discipline was, what determination was, and what real drive was. And while she was here, she grinded, worked just about every day, and found out who she was. And by the time I had gotten back home, when I got back to old Georgia, we were ready to see each other again. And I don't think if I wouldn't have gone all the way across the country, we would not be together. I'm not saying that we're like a perfect couple. I'm not saying that we don't argue from time to time. Not saying that we don't say things to each other that we probably shouldn't. But I will say that we are a happy, healthy couple for once. And now we are, 4-5 years since I've been back, and there's not one time I think that, dang, I wish I was with someone else. And I don't think that there's one time that she thinks that either. So, you see how everything happens for a reason? If I would not have went to Colorado, we would not be together. Like, really, genuinely, we wouldn't have. She would have went and found someone who is a little bit better, who is a little bit more calm-headed, who is a little bit more determined, who is a little bit more disciplined, who is not a hothead, goodness gracious, but she didn't. She stuck by me, and, yeah. So all I can really say, folks, is everything happens for a reason. And unless we freaking move, we will never know what those reasons are. You won't. So if that doubt's setting in, that sadness is setting in, that why is this happening to me is setting in, just know it all happens for a reason. We don't know, but there is a reason. Just remember that, folks. Good night, and BillyGoat freaking loves you.